Yo,
What's poppin'?
welcome to the Quick Clean Sneaker Wipe Hour.
Welcome to Boyz Radio, man. Shout out to Quick Clean Sleeper Wipes, man. This nigga trying to turn this shit into Quick Clean Sleeper Wipe podcast.
Yo, welcome to Brooklyn Boyz Radio. Live from BK.
Yeah, shout out to the Woodstack.
Shout out to the Wood Steezy.
Shout out to
Big Dre.
Punk Ass Dre. That's what I told Dre his name was, Punk Ass Dre.
Yeah, I think Punk Ass. It was either Punk Ass Dre or Bitch Ass Dre.
We got Little Ass Kaylin. And I can't.
You sound like a pedo, bro, because she kind of young talking about.
No, that's my nephew. His name is Kaylin.
Oh, why you got a woman name?
That's a woman. That's
Kaylin?
Kaylin could be woman only.
Is Kaylin a man name?
Yeah, it could be.
No, right? Look.
It could be a girl or a guy name. It's like Sydney. Sydney could be a
Sydney could be, it's like Avery.
Yeah, it could be either
Kaylin is not one of those names. No,
whatever. Why you trying to play my nephew?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
It's the second week you try to play. Fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Oh, that's the same from last week.
No. Fuck you keep doing my nephew.
Listen, I'm just saying. Even Suave said no.
Suave don't know what the fuck you Suave don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yo. Okay.
Whatever, man.
Shout out to Kaylin.
Not Caitlin.
The man.
Yo. This nigga is crazy, bro.
But we're back in our new location for the second time around. The couch is different than the armchair, man. It's like, the armchair, I be like, I just be like, so.
I feel like you in the crib, man.
Yeah.
I keep thinking when we have a guest what we gonna do, because I'm gonna be like this. It's other chairs. We got other chairs here, though.
3 on the couch.
Yo, y'all gotta keep that shit down over there, bro. Yo, Dre. Like, we filming. See this bitch ass nigga Dre, he don't know the routine, bro. I'm just gonna let y'all niggas know. That's bitch ass Dre over there. I just wanna let y'all know.
He went from punk ass to bitch ass in 0.2 seconds.
Oh, so, all right, punk ass Dre. I thought it was bitch ass Dre, my bad.
Yo.
All right, yo.
Peace.
Get home safe.
How's your week, man? Your weekend?
Weekend was cool, man. I did something that I haven't done in a long time. I went to 3 parties in one night,
Look
man.
at you. Yeah, I know. I DM'd you. I was like, you outside.
That shit was crazy, bro.
Look at you. 3 parties in one night.
3 parties. And Moe was the most bullshit party I went to that night.
Listen. First of all,
it wasn't bullshit.
It was an after party for a comedy show.
It was just mad hood. That shit took me back. I wanted to go home.
Hey, listen. I want to go home.
I wanted to go home. Shout out to my cousin Dre. It was his birthday.
Shout out to Nikki.
Yo, Nikki, yes. Shout out to Nikki, man. She was so lovely, man. She got us a whole, I don't drink, but she got us the drinks with the lights and the candles. Yeah. It's the first time I ever got that because I don't drink. I don't buy bottles, so you know what I mean? See? I never had the lights and the candles come for me.
Now you want to drink.
Nah, I didn't drink. I think I toasted with some water.
Hey, listen.
You know what I mean? But shout out to Nikki, man. She showed incredible love that night, man.
Appreciate you, Nick.
Appreciate you, Nikki, for real, for real. Yeah, for real. I'm gonna say something so crazy to you just now, but I was like, let me not say nothing crazy.
I already know what you're going to say.
Say something crazy to you.
Man.
But this weekend was a great weekend, man. We had a good weekend. I had a good weekend, rather. Do I remember? Oh, then I went out Saturday night.
Oh, you went out again?
Yeah, because it was my sister-in-law's birthday, Kim. Shout out to Kim. We went to.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
I went to Prime, in Long Island, some Prime on the. It's like on the water somewhere.
You talking about Prime on the water?
That's what it's called. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that.
Oh, okay, cool. See, look, I'm saying yeah. Yeah, that's.
Was it like a steakhouse?
Yeah, the food was actually good there. I actually had good food, man. I had some good food there, so that was cool. And then Sunday, I kind of just ran around. The contractor came to the house. Shout out to Alvin. And now I don't have a kitchen right now.
No? So, they took the covers down?
I'm kitchenless right now, bro.
Hey,
so
listen, just order.
And he got emergency this weekend, so.
Oh wow! So you got an extra week?
Yeah, extra week. He got to go to Jamaica for a funeral.
God dang.
Yeah. So. Hey.
I guess you'll be ordering. I mean, that ain't much different than your regular routine anyway.
Yeah. You know, it's just that I ain't got the microwave. Well, I don't really use a microwave.
You got a fridge. You don't really use the microwave. You got a fridge.
Yeah, but see, when I heat up my stuff, I usually put it in the oven, or I put it in.
You don't got the stove?
No, I got nothing. They took everything. Everything is brand new,
God,
bro.
damn. Okay.
Yeah, I got shit, bro. I still got a sink right now.
How would you design it? Would you have in a center island now?
Yeah, it's an island. Open
You kind
concept.
of had a center. You kind of had an island though.
Yeah,
What
but
was that? I didn't know what that was.
What? It was not island. That's how the stove was in the middle.
No, I'm not talking about the stove.
Yeah,
On
it
the
was
other
stove.
side. Wait, was that the stove?
Yeah, it was a stove. The L.
It's the
shit.
no. The stove is next to the fridge.
No, the stove is with
On the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was.
Man,
But you use the stove so rarely that you just put stuff on it.
No.
So what's that other thing by the
This
stove?
guy is crazy,
Where
bro.
everything used to be
What
at.
are you talking about? It's a countertop. It's not really an island.
Okay.
It's a countertop.
Okay, so it's
And
like a small
yeah,
island
but
because it's attached to the wall.
it's attached to the wall. Then it goes into an L, and the stove is on the L
Okay,
side, on the
okay.
long side.
Okay.
Yeah, but this time is I opened up the dining room to the kitchen, so it's an open concept, and there's an 8-foot island going across.
Okay.
And then that stove that was on that side, all appliances is gonna be on one side, so it opens up the
Gotcha.
kitchen.
Opens it up a lot more.
A lot more.
Dope.
Yeah, so, and that was my weekend, bro. That was my weekend. How was your birthday weekend? Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, my birthday was good, man. I enjoyed it. My daughter took me to breakfast.
That was nice. Where y'all went?
Come on, man. When your kids,
Fuck it. Yeah.
I ate, and she paid for it. There you go. I'm grateful.
I ate.
You know what I mean?
I
My kids got me this little blanket with all their faces, saying the only Superman I know is my dad, best dad in the world, and all of this.
That's nice.
Yeah, you know, what more
Now
can
you
you
can be
ask?
covered by your kids at night.
What more can you ask? No, the blanket is like this big. But anyway,
Just to make sure you don't do it on the blanket.
all right, listen, the blanket is
You heard
on the
what I said?
couch. I use it as a throw.
Okay, just don't throw no ass on the blanket. And then you put ass on the kids.
I can't make no promises.
Yo, this guy's crazy.
Like,
Yo.
listen, the kids might wipe up too. Like, who knows?
I'm done.
Yo.
I'm done.
But yeah.
Yo.
But I enjoyed it. I had a really good birthday. I went to that. No, I went to Post 270 the night of my birthday.
Yeah, I was supposed to go with you, but then I had that
Yeah,
emergency.
I know.
The medical. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Last week was a trying week for me too. I had something called vertigo. I guess don't get 40 after 40, 45, man. Shit to start going crazy, bro. I went to get a deep tissue massage.
Pause.
But I'm not pausing, bro.
Listen.
Niggas get massages, bro.
Listen, they now have a Pause Mano page. Did you see that? Hilarious, bruh. Hilarious to the point that even Maine followed it. It's like it's for the Let's Wrap It Up podcast because Maine will be saying mad pause. So they now made a Pause Mano page. Somebody made a Pause Mano page that they put all the Mano clips.
They say I
Hilarious,
can't play. I'm
though.
not playing pause no more, man. I
Hilarious.
never really want to play. Y'all niggas be forcing me that thing. Other day I told you to go get the glizzy from the spot. He didn't want to eat the glizzy. He got the glizzy though.
I didn't
Then
get
he
the
gonna
glizzy.
tell me.
No. She got the glizzy. I didn't get the
But
glizzy.
somebody got the glizzy.
And when I
She got the glizzy.
she got the glizzy. I didn't get the glizzy.
That sounds
And-
crazy.
and
See, why you not
I
pausing?
said she because she got the glizzy. That don't sound pausish.
Okay.
If I said I got the glizzy, then that's a different story.
But listen,
And even when I sampled, I didn't say ate the glizzy. When I sampled
So you
the
sampled
glizzy,
glizzy now.
I broke a piece
So you
off.
sampled glizzy
I
now.
sampled it.
and you broke it off.
I broke a piece
So you
off.
broke off the glizzy.
Listen,
And you sampled it.
I'm just saying.
Shit sound crazy, right?
gotta be careful.
Right? Suave.
You
sound
gotta-
crazy.
you gotta be
he
careful.
broke off the glizzy and he sampled
No, I didn't
it.
say I. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's etiquette.
Yo, listen, bro.
It's etiquette.
Was
You
it-
just like to put the whole schlong in your mouth,
Listen,
huh?
man. Listen, bro. I'm eating
Yo.
the hot dog the way hot dog supposed to be ate,
How's
bro.
that? So you just put
Just bite the hot
you
dog,
just
bro.
put so you just put the whole thing in your mouth?
No, I
Pause.
don't put no whole thing. See, no, you bite it.
So when you put the whole thing in your mouth, you,
You
bite it.
it.
Okay.
Not
But how-
you can't put the
Pause.
whole thing in your mouth. You just bite it.
But you bite
Little
the
bites
whole
at
thing
a time. No,
of the
little
whole
bi-
thing.
Little bites at a time, bro.
I hear you.
Yo, niggas act like they ain't grow up eating hot dogs. When your mom's is at home, what the fuck you do? Go get a what's that shit called? A pause ball? What the ballpark shit?
The Nathan.
Or
or the
Nathan or
ballpark.
Oscar Mayer.
Nah,
and you throw the
but I ain't got no problem with no goddamn hot dogs. man.
Shit, every
these
barbecue.
These people gonna put Nathan's out of business, man.
Every barbecue, I go get me some of the hot dogs, man. Y'all niggas is crazy, but yeah, I had me one. And that shit was good.
It was good. I mean, the piece I sampled was
good.
Was pretty good, you know. Tomahawk steak was good. I ate that whole thing.
I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I ate that whole thing, bro.
Greedy,
That tomahawk steak. I ate that whole thing. I had some chicharron, all of that, bro. I was not playing.
This nigga's crazy. Yeah, you know.
And then I went back Saturday. I went back Friday after the.
You went back again?
I went back when we left there. Bishop and them was like, yo, let's do something. So I was like, yo, there's a spot in Jackson Heights. Let's you know, but it was a whole bunch of black guys. You know, they Spanish. They wouldn't let us in. They was like, we close in 30 minutes. They wasn't letting us in. Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't even know who you is. They was hot up. That's how I found them on Instagram.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but it was good, man. I had a good time. Yeah, so I had to go to the hospital though. I had that deep tissue massage, and I did I went to this stretch lab. They call it stretch lab, where they do all these crazy stretches for you, put you on this machine, and then I went to say, all right, fuck it. I feel more loose. Let me go get the massage. So I booked a 90-minute massage. And you know, I like the deep tissue. I don't want that body rubbing me. I got to get into the, you know what I'm saying? And
pause.
I don't fuck with all that, man. Anyway, and the lady, you know, the next morning I woke up, son. I promise you, Mo. They had this ride in Coney Island. Y'all that know Coney Island back in the day when I was growing up, it was called the Hellhole. And what you used to do, they used to put you in this hole with a bunch of people in there. And the shit you go lean against the wall like this, and the shit starts spinning. And it spins so fast, they drop the floor that you stick to the wall.
And they playing the music.
And the music going, yo, son, it was the wickedest ride I ever been on in my life. It has to be banned. Because people used to throw up in there. Imagine that shit going like this. And somebody go, wah! You know what I'm saying? People coming off, throwing up. That's how my room looked that morning when I woke up.
Oh,
son, I was spinning.
You was early?
No, son, the room was just like, woof, 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 woof. So I blinked my eyes. I'm like, no, this shit ain't happening. What the fuck's happening? I look back at my closet. My closet was doing like a fast elevator. Up and down. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So I could not move. I couldn't get up. I was nauseous. I was lethargic. It took me about an hour to really get my consciousness. Then I had to TMI. I couldn't even wipe my ass. Like I had to hold on because I felt like I was falling face first, like to clean myself, bro. Like it was crazy. So you know I'm Jamaican, right? We West Indian. So I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. But I can't go to the hospital without washing my ass first. Like, you just took a shit. How you gonna go to the hospital? You know what I'm saying? So
they'd have been upset at you.
I went to the hospital. I took a shower. Jay called me, and she sent me in an Uber to the hospital because I wasn't getting no ambulance or no shit like that. And I went to the hospital, my choice. So I went to the hospital. As soon as I walked in, they took me in, and they was like, yeah, they did CAT scan and all this shit, and it was like, yo, look like you probably bust a small blood vessel in the back of your neck, and it's messing with the crystals or something in your ear. It's vertigo.
Translation: side effects of smoking crack.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, man. So,
but you good now? So.
Yeah, I'm good now. God is good, man. You know, listen. I said I'm turning 40, trying to shine all the way into 50.
Listen, I turned 49. I don't know what the hell 40 shine
I'm
is.
40 shine, nigga. I'm shining all the way into 50. Nigga.
I'm grateful to still be here.
Last year was 40 great. This year is 40 shine.
I hear you.
All right?
Whatever you want to call it. A rose by any other name will still be the same.
Next year I'm going to be 50 fine, nigga. Fuck you talking about. All right?
I hear you.
Well, that was my week, man. Once again, shout out to the Woodstack, Only One Clothing, and Quick Queen Sneaker Wipes.
Photo shoot fresh in a minute or less.
So we wasn't here last week, and you know all this. The dust settled kind of a little bit for me, so I guess we could get right into it. Diddy, the Netflix.
Did he do it? Did he not?
The Netflix series.
Reckoning.
And Dre, you quiet over there. Yo, that shit sounded crazy.
What'd you think of Diddy Reckoning, Dre?
Diddy Reckoning?
Yeah, did you watch it?
I feel like it's regurgitated information. Regurgitated information.
So yeah, I watched some of it. You know, I had a problem with watching the series at first. Like I couldn't really. The reason why I had an issue with it because I didn't understand. You know, and we all know 50 could be diabolical, and when he on his rant, he hates somebody and don't like somebody. But I didn't understand how we would watch a documentary from somebody that obviously don't like a nigga, always say he don't like a nigga, and then put out a real factual piece of work like that. Like I can't take that seriously because you don't like me. You're not gonna have nothing good to say about me anyway.
Yeah, because it's coming from a tainted point of view.
A point of view that somebody that already doesn't like you. So for me, I had a problem too. You know, once again, and I'm not saying this to the, this has nothing to do with the victims. This, what I'm about to say, had to do with the culture. I just felt like 50 was dry snitching or just straight up stitching, right? Like from where we come from. Like, I don't understand that type of shit. Like,
but that's the thing. These days, people are allowed to exist in so many spaces. On
So,
Monday,
yeah.
you're a gangster. On Tuesday, you're a director. On Wednesday, you're a producer. On Thursday, you're a saint. And on Friday, you're a gangster again. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, so I couldn't really, that was what was bothering me because I was trying to just make sense of it. And, I was trying to make sense of the whole documentary. And I think that's what I was dealing with at first.
What I kind of took from it watching it is if you took a group of people that were disgruntled towards anyone, right? You're going to have a piece of content that paints a negative narrative of that person. What I noticed was there wasn't really anyone in that documentary that didn't have an issue with him. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like when I watched Surviving R. Kelly, of course, it was the victims, but a lot of the people that were in this documentary weren't necessarily victims of Diddy. They were co-workers of Diddy. They were people who say that they were slighted, but there were a lot of narratives that were pushed and a lot of clips that had it been shown in a different light wouldn't have been negative, and if I have to bring something up, even him when he was in Harlem and he was shaking hands and hugging people, and they kind of shed a light on him saying that, man, he got to go get some hand sanitizer or go take a shower. Like, people don't understand, first and foremost, that footage was post-COVID, right? After COVID, the world changed, bro. Nobody wants to be touching a million people.
I didn't feel no way about that.
I didn't either.
And he still kept the jacket on.
And he still kept the jacket the dude gave him. The dude gave him.
Like, I was like, what?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
But I'm also saying, like, let's think about the fact that was shot in a post-COVID world. You know what I mean? After COVID, nobody really wants to shake hands and do all of that like that. So I can understand him saying like, yo, damn, I got to get some hand sanitizer or this and that. Plus, you also have to think about how Diddy lives his life. Like, Diddy's a celebrity, so he's used to being more isolated. So I think not even consciously, being around a bunch of people can be foreign to him. You know what I mean? And I don't think that makes him a bad person. And and we have to understand that two things can exist at the same time, because what I've come to realize with what's going on today is once someone says, I don't agree with this regarding what's going with Diddy, people start painting them as pro-Diddy. Oh, you're okay with what he did. No, I'm not okay with what he did. I'm just saying, or what he did or what he allegedly did. I'm just saying that as of what I saw in the documentary, a lot of it was like,
So, part of
I just want to ask a quick question. Do you feel like if the people in the documentary would have got properly compensated, would they have?
They wouldn't have did none of that.
I'm about to get to that. I want to say this though, and part of that footage was some footage that Diddy was taping for himself and happened to not pay the cameraman. So
that turned out to be false too.
Oh, he did pay him?
It's not that he did pay him. The cameraman who was shooting the footage for him said he was sick for 3 days, so he got somebody to stand in for him. So I guess dude must have kept like a duplicate of the footage or whatever. I don't know how true that is. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's been out there in social media.
So I'm just saying this. People, I guess when you sit on the other side from what we do, you kind of see it differently a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've been.
And they took that. If you take that same footage, Diddy was about to take a lot of that same footage.
Yeah, he knew he was being recorded
and put it in his documentary, and then he would have had people talking on his behalf that made him look like the superhero, right? So you can spin a narrative any way you want to spin it, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not,
pro Diddy or
not pro Diddy.
Anti Diddy. Yeah,
I think Diddy, he needs to watch this shit, and he got to change some shit in his life, right? Because you made too many people feel a certain way.
I do think he has a God complex.
Yeah, and he got to change some. He got to come to a reality like, yo, I got to change some shit with me, because this shit is crazy of who the man that I became. But I also feel like a lot of these motherfuckers wasn't victim. When I listen to that Little Rod shit, I'm like, yo, this nigga is crazy.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Listen, you can't tell me, for me, and this is why I'm getting the Dre shit. The nigga said y'all went to sleep, with a girl, and then I wake up next to Diddy.
He said no. He said some mornings I woke up with a girl next to me. Some mornings I woke up with Diddy next to me. And he was sore.
He was sore.
Which is
right?
crazy.
Which is crazy. But you still live, and you complaining about the money. So for me, I just don't know how people got to be accountable for their shit. So if you got paid and you got everything you wanted to get,
he didn't get paid.
I've said if you got paid.
Oh, okay.
And you got everything you wanted to get, will you still be here? Because you was accepting that shit on the merit that, I'm going to get paid. So I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be famous.
You know what's crazy? I saw the Fat Joe made a statement and talked about one time years ago that he was in the studio with Diddy, and he said they were drinking, and he said Diddy told him, don't quote me on this, but he said something to the degree of, I would eat your Puerto Rican ass up or something like that. And Fat Joe said that he never really, put himself in a situation to be with Diddy since. And what I just don't understand is, I've had my own interactions with Diddy, right? Mm-hmm. But I see no reason with what's going on for me to jump on camera and be like, yo, yeah, when I dealt with Diddy, blah, 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 whatever. Like, I don't understand. If I didn't do it when it happened, and when I say this, it's nothing sexual or nothing like that. I'm just saying, I don't see any reason why I would put it out. Why I would talk about it now. You get what, like,
I
we
understand Eric Sherman shit.
But do you get where I'm coming? I just don't understand why grown men who have had interactions with a man from years ago and never felt the need to say anything about it, now that everybody's talking.
You know who really fucked me up in that shit too? The nigga friend, the guy that started the company with him. Mm-hmm. That's kind of fucked me up because he was showing pictures of them from little boys. And if you could be around a nigga that long, and he that fucked up, something fucked up with you too.
Yeah, but, bro.
And that's your man. Like,
saying that they were lovers, yo. Gene Deal saying that they were lovers.
Yeah, listen, this shit is too crazy for me. And I don't know why would you take now to come up, like, I don't know. I just never been in that situation. And a lot of niggas did me wrong. Shit, Mo do stupid shit to me now. Nigga, I don't shit on that nigga there. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yo,
Mo, get the fuck
Mo did some bullshit to me. Fuck this pussy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen niggas do it to you.
No, of course. And that's the thing. I may have not been in those shoes to the level of Diddy, but I've been in those shoes. You understand? And one thing I know is people will make things up. I've seen people literally make things up. And we sit here looking at each other like, when the hell did that happen?
I've seen people, and that's probably why I feel the way
I've seen people make things up that are dangerous, bro.
Not even that. I've seen people make things up and believe what they say.
No, I don't think they believe it.
No, they believe it. They believe it.
I don't think they believe it.
I've seen people tell a story so many times over and over again, and it's like it's second nature. Like
I don't think they.
Nah, people lie. Where they cry.
But I think,
and they believe what they think.
I think the scary thing about social media is if a lie is told enough times, it becomes the truth. And guess what? And if that lie is told enough times, even when the truth comes out, it still doesn't erase the lie.
They don't question.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, once again, I'm not exonerating Diddy. I think
At
Diddy
all.
got to watch that shit, and he got some issues. He got some things that he got some soul searching to do. He got to go take a cleansing bath or something.
He got to do some self-reflection.
He gotta do some.
That's what it
yeah,
is, because
he has to.
what I think, if I have to be totally honest with you, I think, and I've seen this happen with, a few people that were around me. I think Diddy was a dude. I always say this. I always say that once a coward has power, he becomes a tyrant, right? And I'm not calling Diddy a coward. What I mean by that is Diddy's a dude that came up, and it was hard for him to get respect from people. You understand? And it's almost like a payback. He fought hard to put himself in a position to get that respect. And then what happens is, once he does get that respect, it's almost a payback to everybody.
Yeah.
And the problem is, he starts wanting payback to people that never did nothing to him because of what people did to him.
Yeah, I agree with that. He definitely he needs some holy water splashed on him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, as far as the documentary, I just couldn't take that shit serious.
I mean, it was entertaining.
You think he could recover?
Listen, I know he can recover. And I'm not saying that because, I'm going to tell you that because of this weekend. I went out this weekend. One party I went to, they must have played 20 records, back-to-back of Diddy records. And all the DJ kept shouting out was, "Free Diddy, free Diddy." And the whole crowd was just singing Diddy records.
Well,
so can Diddy bounce back? And every party I went to, somebody played the Diddy record. And people sung them records. You know what I'm saying? And I was sitting there going, yo, these niggas just batted Diddy a week ago.
yeah, but I'm gonna take it a step further. You know why I think he could bounce back? Because we live in a world with people with no integrities, no principles, that stand for nothing. So the truth is, once Diddy gets one opportunity to put him back where he needs to be, everybody's gonna jump right back on his bandwagon, because these people out here are soulless, bro. They stand for nothing.
Do you think that celebrities will publicly endorse him even if they think it's going to hurt their brand?
I think because he was in charge with those big charges, I think you see that now. I think people going, yo, he didn't get charged with the big shit. He got charged for some he got charged for, prostitution, in which they don't really believe, like, yo, come on, man. And I think people will, they don't have a problem. And I think Diddy has enough cachet to go back and create a hit and do something spectacular. And once you create something dope, people don't want to miss out. And people going to be like, yo, they're going to be Diddy.
You think they'll blackball him?
Nah. I don't know if they can, to be honest with you. I think this trial has been so big, I think it made Diddy even bigger.
Yeah, he gonna sit down and do his time, and I think he need to sit down. I think he need to sit down, and he need to be humbled. And I think this trial, this whole thing with him, it's gotta humble him. Now, this is the backside to it. If he come back and he gets big again, he might go back into what Mo talked about, like, yo, this is what y'all try to finish me? Watch, I'm gonna finish you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And he got to be careful of that.
And it might make him also feel even more invincible, because it's like, oh, they tried to get me and they can't.
And next time they may finish you. So I think
OJ Part 2.
But you see what happened to OJ?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When he came back, all right, cool. They made sure they got him. So he got to watch himself.
And not only that, nobody hold bigger grudges than them people, bro.
Yeah, so
So my question to you is this, because I saw that, and I don't know how true this is, but it's been floating around social media that he's planning a $1 billion lawsuit against Netflix. I don't know if he could necessarily win, and the reason being is I think the $1 billion is justified, because he can easily say that this documentary, it's assassinated my character to a point that it's going to affect future endorsements and future deals, but I think where the hurdle is going to be for him is, okay, but this isn't the first documentary. There's been 9 to 10 others before us, so how can you say that it's our documentary?
Yeah, but that's not a problem.
That's going to affect that.
No, but that's not a problem. Usually what they do is, with stuff like that, they sue everybody. So those other documentaries could probably be in a lawsuit. Netflix is be the biggest one. Mm-hmm. That's how usually lawsuits go.
Yeah, they throw everything and see what, and hope something stick.
Yeah, that's it. And even last thing about 50, and I see stuff coming up about him now, and I feel like And I'm just saying to myself, damn, Fifth, don't put so much bad juju karma out there in the world, because now that shit gonna bounce back on you. Now you got mad women coming out talking about he beat them, his baby mom.
Yo,
and,
bro.
like all kind of shit coming out. So it's like, for me, I don't know if 50 did it for the victims or he did it for his disdain of Diddy. And people, and I just want to give you this. And you know, everybody kept saying, y'all, because you know, Diddy messed with his girl. And I'm like, 50 used to deal with Diddy girl.
But if you want me to,
Right? So I don't understand what's happened. And God, he must have did something to
I don't think
5-0.
I don't think that's what it is. If you want,
He had to do something
nah,
different, man.
If
Something
you
else
if
had
you
to
want
happen,
me
bro.
if you want me to be honest with you, I don't know 50, but I think 50 is a very analytical and strategic person.
Mm-hmm.
I think 50 saw all the light that Diddy was getting off of this, although it was negative attention. You know how they say
And he put it on
no
himself to
no
get-
promotion is bad promotion. It's like,
Okay.
how can I piggyback off of this? Because you know
Keep
now
myself in the limelight.
he's getting interviewed by the Wall Street Journal. He's on the news about, like, it's like one of the biggest stories right now. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I don't even think it has nothing to do with the chick. I just think it's like, damn, Diddy getting all this attention? How do I utilize this to my
But
benefit?
I'm also tired, you know, and I see this argument too. And people,
Of course.
People having this argument.
Crabs in the barrel.
We always pull each other down. And I'm not, and there's a slight, people say, yeah, but we're not supposed to hold people accountable. I'm not telling you not hold people accountable. I'm just saying the accountability that we hold on each other, that we hold to other people, we don't stay on a story like this. If it's Howie Weinstein, we talk about it for 2 days. This shit been going on.
Do we even talk about it for 2 days, bro?
You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll keep this shit and keep antagonizing. But it's like we just hate each other.
But that's the thing. I
type shit.
don't even think a lot of it be conversation about what's going on. If you go through the comments and you go through the post on social media, a lot of it is making fun of a man's downfall, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with having
And listen,
I'm all for discussions. I'm all for dialogue about whatever's going on, because we can have conversations regarding what other people are going through and learn from it so that we don't.
And I don't think Diddy is not deserving of getting the karma that he put out there. Just like I'm saying, 50 might get back
like
the
I
same
said,
karma.
this isn't pro Diddy or anti Diddy. This is just, you know, unfiltered, neutral perspective on whatever is going on.
Yeah, but we see what happened, man. I'm pretty sure before the end of the year or early next year, we'll be back in another Diddy conversation. But we spent too much time on this, and we got to go to the next thing. Real quick.
Bye,
man.
Diddy.
Later, man. Real quick, man. Shout out to my son, man.
Oh, shout out to my guy Mice, man.
My son was one of the first guys that came on our show, showed us love, and to shout out to him. You know, he is a part of the
Until Freedom.
Yeah, but he a part of the new staff.
Mayor Mondani.
Mayor Mondani staff that's coming to New York City. And, you know, some people say, oh, my son's selling out.
Well deserved, man.
He well deserved it, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my son, he out there doing the work. And that's another thing. We always want to tear each other down. Whether if Mondani even got him as a puppet, let's say he did that. Let's say this for argument's sake, Mondani got him as a puppet. I think my son has been such a real dude and been in the streets so much. He's not gonna allow himself to be a puppet, and he's gonna do the right thing. And
to the best of his ability.
And I seen my son what's up. We was doing the Nike episode where he got rid of all the sneakers.
Yeah.
And you know, and I feel like if he feel like he getting played, he'll leave that administration and he will say something again. So let my son go do what he gotta go do, bro.
Another thing, I don't think that this was ever my son's goal. I don't
Never.
think his goal was to have a position anywhere in government. I think his goal was just to fight for his people, and this is a byproduct of his integrity and his ambition and determination for fight for his people. So if you want me to be honest with you, I'm happy to have him in that seat, because I feel like, okay, there's someone who's working to our benefit that's in that seat, but at the same time, I'm also aware I can't be critical of him because it's a job, bro. And when you have a job, there are things you're allowed to do and things you're not allowed to do. I just know that even if he has to do something that's against the grain, I know he had a conversation against not doing it. You understand? And it was something he had to do. It is what it is. You know, we just have to understand that the battle isn't won overnight. You understand? The same way that they infiltrate us is how we have to infiltrate them.
And he got to put himself in position.
Yeah, he got to put himself in
to make
position.
a transition happen, to make a change happen. So shout out to Mice, man.
Shout out to my son, the New York General.
Definitely. So real quick, man. NFL star Odell Beckham was basically saying $100 million over 5 years is not a lot of money. You know what I mean? Basically saying when it comes to taxes, your family, living expenses, you know, paying your agent and stuff like that.
Agents, managers.
Managers, and he said, you know, basically he sometimes be spending like, he spend like $4 or $5 million a year. You know what I'm saying? And some people was really getting upset at him like, nah. So this is what I would say. I understand where Odell Beckham coming from, and I understand why people going, get the fuck out, give me $100 million over 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So being young and getting that money will fuck you up if you don't have. And unfortunately, for people that look like us, we don't have the best financial literacy. We come in, first thing we want to do a lot of times is take care of moms, our brothers, niggas around us, our friends and shit like that. And we don't even have a concept of how to pay taxes, right? And I say this to you because I remember when I got my first check, I thought I was doing everything right. My first big check, right? And I was even paying estimated taxes. At least I thought I was. I put away $38,000 for taxes, and I wind up owing $238,000 more, right? So I'm like, yo, I put the money away. And didn't understand. And then I was putting away stuff and writing off. I had like a book of receipts. So I'm like, yeah, I can write all this shit off. And then I went to the tax man. He said, yeah, you can't write none of this shit off. This is like your personal shit. This ain't got nothing to do with the business side of you. So not knowing, I can understand that. But I also feel like Odell is, how long he been playing football for? What, 10 years? Like 10 years at least?
Yeah, probably like 10 years.
Maybe the first 5 years you might fuck that up. But if you got the blessing of staying into more 5 years after that, you shouldn't fuck it up. Now I can understand leaving the league. A lot of people don't think about what's gonna happen after the league, right? Understand, yo, I'm basically retired from football at 30. You know what I'm saying? From 21 to 30, you don't really know what the fuck is going on. And now you retired and now that money slowed down. So you've been putting out $4 million every fucking year. And 30, you got to stop because there's no checks coming in from nowhere. I can see how that could fuck you up, right? I can see that being broke because you know most people that win the lotto,
they go broke.
They go broke because they're not used to having money and used to dealing with the money. So I can understand where he was coming from, but I'm gonna give you one word of advice too. When you come in them big money, I'm gonna tell people this. And I know football players and basketball players a little different because they move around, they get traded. Buy off your house, man. Pay off your fucking crib. Because to me, this is just me. If you pay off the fucking crib, you buy $1 million crib, put the $1 million in the crib. Some people will tell you not to do that because whatever. That equity that you're going to have for that crib when you sell that crib most of the time, or that freedom you're going to have, because the biggest expense for me when you get money is your living expense.
Yeah, but see, but some people could look at it the other way because that lump sum that you put into that house, you can also, whether your house is $800,000, $900,000, you could take that money and put it into an investment vehicle that's going to give you a return that can more than pay that mortgage.
Yeah, but some people don't know. Some people don't know how to do that. I'm just saying, for me, I watched a lot of guys cash a lot of big checks, and when they cashed the check in, the check was good, but they didn't own anything. So what happened is, now you still got to live. So if your house ain't paid off, and you lose all that money, where the fuck do you live at?
Yeah, then your house ends up getting foreclosed.
Right, so now you gotta go from place to place. I'd rather go pay off my crib and be straight and then wonder where I gotta live at later on. So I think financial literacy is very much needed. And Odell, since you feel like that, you need to go out there and have a conversation with all these young athletes out there getting this money and really.
My fault. Do you feel like $100 million is like considered generational wealth?
No.
Well, no.
All dependent.
All depends how you
if
use
you
it.
have it sitting in a savings account, hell no. You understand? If you're investing it into an investment vehicle that's going to give you a good return, 10, 15%, it has the possibility to become generational wealth. But if you're spending more than that yearly, then no, you understand? But I think one thing we need to remember is, and I always say this, everybody doesn't have the same reality. You understand? Meek Mill said it, right? Where he said it to, what's the dude he messed with? The billionaire dude that Meek Mill messed with. Not Robert Kraft, the other dude.
Mike.
Yeah, what's his name?
I can't remember his name. I know you're talking about.
All right, but you know who I'm talking about. Like he said it before he went in to do that bid when he was going to court.
Michael Rubin.
He said he told Michael Rubin, yo, Mike, there's two different Americas. There's the America that you live in, and then there's the America that I live in, right? And Michael Rubin told him, what are you talking about, me? You gonna go to court? You didn't do nothing, man. You gonna be good. And Michael Rubin was so surprised because, you know, he ended up getting jail time for that. So what I'm saying is we have to understand everybody lives a different reality. Everybody does not live in the same America. Everybody doesn't live in the same world. Those that are wealthy truly cannot fathom living the way that we do, right? I watched an interview with Elon Musk the other day. And the interviewer asked him, let me ask you a question. So if you lost all your money and you only had $1,000, do you think you could do it again? And you know his answer was, why the hell would that ever happen? like his reality, he can't even fathom that, bro. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody lives a different reality, man. And in Odell Beckham's reality, $100 million isn't sufficient for 5 years.
$100 million after you pay all those taxes, the fees, and agent fees and all that shit, that should be like because 100,000.
Let me ask.
It could be 100 million.
Let me ask you a question.
$30 million or less.
You don't forget that. Let me ask you a question. And I know it's not on as large a scale, but you've heard me say this a million times. Yo, bruh, I don't understand how people who make $30,000 to $40,000 can exist in New York, right? Yeah. But there are people that do it. There are people but because that's far from my reality, I can't fathom it. You understand? But there are people that are existing and are happy. You get where I'm coming from? So all I'm saying is everybody's reality is different.
Yeah.
You know, and those that live in the reality outside of Odell Beckham can't really understand it the same way Odell Beckham probably can't even understand how I exist on what I make.
Well, real quick, this might be one of the reasons why. Scientists are just saying that now being a teenager is lasting us into our 30s.
Oh, I believe that.
Right? Because they did MRI scans, and the brain don't really fully develop until you like 30-something, they saying. So they saying like from age, I think it's like 9 to 25, and then it's 9 to 30, I mean.
Yeah, you're basically a teenager.
So, and you know, and I believe that, because I remember one time I woke up at 31 and was like, damn, I'm an adult.
No,
I really said that at 31.
See, but I don't think it's just that. Yo, bro, you think back to when we were kids, right? When you were 15, 16, 17, 18, you looked at a 25-year-old like a grown man. I think there's been a mindset shift. I think when we were young teenagers, we understood to grow older was to take on more responsibility. To grow older was to be less interested in fun, right? But I think these days, these young teenagers, their idea of growing older is, now I'm gonna have the money to party 7 days a week. I could get fly whenever I want. Like, I think, unfortunately, in our communities, the only thing that we're concerned with is financial growth and social growth. We're not concerned with emotional growth, spiritual growth, or any type of mental growth, bro. Because when you got dudes that are in their 40s that's still in the club 5 days a week.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's I don't want to relegate that just to us, right? I think overall as human beings, the development, and I think development only comes into wisdom. And the only way you get wisdom is when you go through shit. You have to go through shit. And I think, like, if I could take what I learned from being 49 now, and you gave me the information that I had now and the wisdom I had now, and gave me that same information at 20, or anybody that information at 20, it's a totally different person.
Yes, but you can't forget about intention, Styles. And I think that's the difference with our community and a lot of these other communities, because, you know, like you said, financial literacy, right? That's because a lot of these kids from these other communities, that seed is planted. Hold on. That seed is planted, so therefore there's the intention there, right?
But that's
where,
not really
where the kid is like, before I get out of college, some young girls, I gotta be married. Some young girls are looking to be married. They're looking for their husband in college. Some young men are looking for their wife in college. Some of them are thinking, by the time I get out of college, I gotta buy a house. Intention does play a part.
Yeah, but that's not, you keep saying our community. And I travel America, bro. And the other shade, a lot of them worse off than us.
I'm not,
oh, this is
and
worse.
I'm not
so
saying
what I'm
they're
saying,
not.
that's why I'm not relegating it to that.
But I'm gonna tell you why I regulate to our
but-
community, because.
Hold up, let me just finish this statement real quick. I just feel like when you go through experience, if you took anybody on God green earth and you catch them at 40 or 50, and you could put them at, I think anybody at 40 or 50, you put them back at 20, they'd be fine. Because the same shit you talking about intention, I think the intention start to change. You start looking back at your life, like, damn, I made the wrong decision here. Y'all would have never did that if I was here. So I think growth also plays a part of it. So when they talk about the maturity of the brain, because they saying the MRI saying that your brain is not mature.
There's a lot of 40, 50-year-olds that are still doing what they were doing at 19, even though they've bumped their heads a million times.
I don't know too many of them niggas,
I
bro.
understand, but what I'm telling you is, like, if we go to the numbers, we do have the lowest household income. We do have, you know, the biggest dropout rates. Like, the facts are there.
Intentions and priorities.
And yo, bro, intention is very important. You understand? That's why I loved the charter schools, right? Like my daughter went to a charter school, and from the time she was in kindergarten, all the classes were called Harvard, Yale, Princeton. Why? Because they were planting that seed in their head about college. You understand? So a lot of our kids, yeah, they graduate high school, but college isn't even, you know, a thing. Like,
yeah, but
you know, and it's not, and it's
but
not.
I don't even think we live in a world where
And it's
college don't even see. Like I said,
And
what you're saying to me is still kind of a little out of pocket, because most of my guy friends that I hang around with never went to college, right? And the niggas that I do went to college, most of the niggas that didn't go to college is doing better than the ones that went to college. So you saying mindset? I'm just saying sometimes just because you went to school or somebody book smart don't make you smart. No. And I think experience.
I don't think you were saying that. I think
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying
but I'm saying
at all.
experience, wisdom, when you going through shit in life, that's what make you smart.
But but this is what I'm telling you. If you're not taught to be motivated, to be yo, bro, there's people that go through shit every day and learn nothing.
Nothing.
There's a lot of young fools that grow into nothing but old fools.
Old stupid niggas.
That's
You know, I get it.
what I'm
Because
saying?
sometimes I be around somewhere, I'm like, my nigga, you still doing that?
Yeah. But the dudes who learn, right, are the dudes that the seed was planted in them somewhere, right? It may have took a while for that seed to flourish or to grow, but that seed was planted.
But that's also what I'm saying to you again. Sometimes that seed is what you experience.
No, of course.
So that's why I say
I'm not saying that.
Experience brings wisdom. That's all I'm saying to you. If you took somebody in their 40s, and I just feel like I can't see if you gave the world an option and you gave somebody say, yo, after you turn 40 or 50, you could go back and start at 20. I don't think a lot of people will fuck that up.
You'd be surprised, bro.
Maybe I just believe in people too much. I don't think people fuck it up too much, man.
Yo, you'd be surprised, man.
Listen, man.
I feel like the intentions would be different because they know they'd probably get a do-over.
You get a do-over. That's what I feel like. But you know,
I just understand. I've come to understand.
We gotta go, bro.
Yeah. I know.
We got a lot of questions back, bro.
I've just come to understand that a lot of people are not built for what's hard, bro. Because, and this is what people don't get. Giving up is hard, and going for it is hard. You understand? But some people just believe that going for it is harder than giving up. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we'll move on to the next.
Yeah, we gotta move on because I think we did like 3 topics. Yo, this is crazy.
Let's get to the relationship topic.
Oh, this is all you want to talk about. Well, I'll give you one. Do you think you can fix a person when you're dating them?
I always say that you're not Jesus Christ. You're not able to heal anyone, but I do believe that in partnerships, it is, especially as a man, it is our job to teach to a degree, but teaching isn't changing someone. You can't change someone. You understand? You can teach them, but only if they have the desire to learn.
But you just said this shit, like they was about to say. Mad people just don't get it, and you just said it. I don't know if it...
Wait. And let me just say one last thing, but I also do think that every person has that person out there that is that match for them, bro, that can help them grow. You understand? And I think in a lot of situations, it's just not the match.
I don't know if I believe that, right? I think there are people that you might get it from that you don't necessarily get it from another person. You might get something. But I'm going to go back to what you said. It has to be that person intention.
Yeah, it goes back for them to have that desire.
That desire.
That desire to learn. Yeah.
And I don't know, in this older age of mine, I would have told you, I was Captain Save a whole nigga. Like, I was. I felt like I can go fix a woman's problems. I could fix my friend's problems. And I think now, in this part of my life, I'm like, yo, I can't waste my time trying to fix everybody's problem. Like, you could bring a horse to the water. I'm willing to bring horses to the water. But I'm not. I used to try to force people to drink. Like, yo, come on, you
can't, because they'll turn on you.
Yeah, and people. Now I realize that I'm willing to bring you to the water, and I'm willing to stick with you, and rub your back, and hopefully you drink some. But I'm not staying there no more with you, bro. Because I wasted a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of time on people, a lot of my life trying to make a motherfucker drink that would never drink. And even when they drink, when you turned around, they spit the shit out. They went right back to the same bullshit. I can't waste no more of my life like that.
You know what's so crazy? I was in a relationship for probably like 6 years with a young lady. And when I met at the beginning, she had a lot of things going on. Mm-hmm. And she progressed throughout the course of the relationship, but then towards the end of the relationship, she started digressing back to who she was at the beginning. And that caused me to keep it moving. And I remember it kind of blew my mind because like 2 weeks after we had broke up, I looked on Twitter and a tweet that she had tweeted popped up, and it said, "It feels so good after 6 years of pretending to finally be able to be myself."
Yeah, use the fucking problem.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. No, it's not that. It's just that she tried to be the person that I wanted to be, or wanted her to be, but that wasn't necessarily her. She was doing it for me, but she wasn't doing it for herself. It wasn't what she desired, you know? And that's why I said, like, bro, you ain't Jesus. You can't heal nobody, man. You know, but at the end of the day, I have to ask myself, is that my fault or is that her fault? You know, because you were pretending. And I believed it.
And she just pretended to make you happy.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
Probably wasn't happy being
exactly.
She was. Yeah, so I get it. Yo, this woman online claimed that...
That's like when you stopped being gay, remember? And you did that just for me, and I told you, nah, bro, we can still hang out with each other,
right.
do what you do.
Smack this nigga back in his head, bro. This nigga playing, yo. Anyway.
Yo, not that there's anything wrong with being gay.
Whatever, my nigga. Yeah. Only gay over here is happy.
Yo.
Shit, sometimes I don't even want to be happy because
sometimes I don't even want to be happy.
That shit was gay.
Yo, you a fool.
I'll be upset, nigga.
Yo.
Nigga say, I'm happy, I'm gay. What? Fuck it, I'm gonna be upset then. Yo,
you guys
be angry. I don't give a fuck. This woman said, anyway, when men leave a relationship and they have a child with you, their child is no longer the priority. And, you know, I was trying not to personalize it because, you know, we all know we talk about it on the show. When me and my daughter mother went our separate ways, my child was always my priority. That never stopped, never changed. But I will say, there's some men out there, and I've seen women deal with men that, like, yo, if I can't be with you, fuck it. They don't fuck with the kid. They don't come around as much. They don't put the time in. They got 100 excuses. Sometimes I be wondering, you know, when nigga be like, I'm working or I ain't got time. Then who would you been when you was in the crib? If you was in the crib with the kid, with your lady and the baby, like you ain't got time because you're not together, but you had time when you was together. Like that shit don't make sense to me. Sometimes I also think too what the lady was saying. Sometimes it's the woman's fault. Sometimes that woman
makes it so hard for him.
She makes it so hard for him to be around his kid and give him all these rules and. When you can see him, when you can't see him, oh, I don't want you to see her today, you know.
The child becomes more stressed than anything.
And a nigga be like, yo, fuck it, I'm falling back. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What would you say to the mother that had the child and the dad and the guy said he didn't want the baby? What would you say to that?
See, that's another thing.
Yeah, listen, that's a whole nother story, Dre. You go, yeah.
Yeah, he's taking us down a whole other rabbit hole, right?
Because I have a whole nother opinion. Let's finish this first.
Hold on.
That's a whole nother.
Because I have a different perspective, right? And I'm telling you this because, you know, I've gone through that situation 3 times, right? And the first time I went through it, actually no, I'd say the second time I went through it with my eldest daughter taught me a lot, and it's something that I always say to my male friends when they go from living with their child to co-parenting, because when me and Storm's moms broke up, like we lived together for 8 years, and when we broke up and now we were in 2 different homes, there was a shift that happened that the first 6 months I didn't realize. And the shift was, I only used to have to live one life, right? I could wake up, go out there, do my hustle, come back home, my daughter's there at night, you understand what I'm saying? So it went from living one life to when we broke up, having to bring 2 lives together. And the first 6 months, I didn't realize it, right? Like, I'm so focused on living life that I didn't forget that there's a whole other life, right, with my daughter until, like, my daughter's mother called me, like, the first 6 months, and she was like, look, I don't know if you realized it, but you haven't seen your daughter in a month. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? She's like, yeah. And what I had to do, I set an alarm on my phone at 8 o'clock every single day that said, did you call Storm today? Because what I've come to realize with the kids, especially when y'all don't live together, you don't have to see them every day. But even giving one call, right, where you go, hey, babe, how was school today? School was good? All right, well, daddy's a little busy. I'll speak to you tomorrow, whatever. That little 2-minute call makes a huge difference because the child feels like they spoke to you that day. You understand what I'm saying? And what I came to realize is every time when y'all break up, especially if y'all live together, there's a shift that has to happen in that mind, in that man's mind, because you have to come to understand that it's now 2 separate lives that you have to make feel like one, and that takes effort, right? Being in my daughter's life when we lived together didn't take effort. So it didn't, like, I woke up, she was there, right? I came home at night, she was there. But now that we live separately, right, it takes effort. Like, no, I have to make sure I go see my, and that's the thing, because human beings are creatures of habit, right? And what you have to realize is now there's a different habit that has to be formed, you know?
This is what I will say, and I don't want to disagree with what you're saying. For me, this as a dad.
Yeah, your experience was different.
That wouldn't have been enough for 8 o'clock phone call for me, right? For me, but I also never lived with my daughter. Like, I didn't live with her mother. Her mother lived right around the corner.
Yeah, but that's another thing. She lived around the corner, which made it a lot easier as well.
It made it a lot easier. And for me, I guess like you said, repetition become habit. I saw my daughter every day then, because she went to the daycare that was above me, right? One, and then I also had to pick her up from school and drop her. When she left daycare, I had to pick her up in the morning and drop her off and pick her up in the afternoon. So I got to see her every day. So as I got older and she got older, the time she would be away from me for two days would be like, where the fuck is Sydney at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to, because I've been the repetition.
Yeah, repetition.
Condition.
That's your habit.
Yeah, it's the condition of, I gotta see my kid. Like, I gotta hear her voice. You know, even now, she's 26, and sometimes she coming, what the fuck? I can't go to bed because she ain't in the crib.
Yeah, it's the same
or I gotta
thing.
talk to you. Or even if me and her beefing, I'm calling her mother and be like, yo, that little nigga good? Yeah, she good. So for me, sometimes it's just different because I don't know life without being.
But I think, like you said, you came into the situation that way, right? With y'all living separate. So you had to put in that extra effort. What I'm telling you is, like when my kid was born, we lived together, right? So, bro, there was no effort that had to be done. I woke up, my daughter was there, right? I could go out all day long. I could go out all day and hustle, do what I got to do. When I come back, my daughter's right here. You understand? So I'm so used to it being effortless for my daughter to be in my life that when we broke up, it took a couple of months for me to realize, oh shit, things changed. I can't, now there's an extra effort that has to be put in.
Yeah, for me, like I said.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. For me, like I said,
and
my experience was just
then the
different.
great thing is, once I realized that with Storm, I never had to realize it with Avery because I already knew it now. You know, so once me and Avery moms broke up, I already knew, all right, Mo, this shift has to happen. You have to put in this because I've been through it already.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I also think, man, and I would say this to the ladies, man, y'all have to stop thinking that men have it all figured out. That's number one, because we don't. And y'all have to stop thinking that just because things seem some way, it's because a man has a malicious intention. Sometimes, like, that's why y'all are there. Sometimes you gotta pull a man's coat to it. You know, like I told you, after that first 6 months after we broke up, my daughter, Jamie, called me and was like, Mo, I don't know if you realized it, you haven't seen Storm, right? And she said, and the reason I'm telling you is because I know this isn't like you. And that's the thing. Like, stop being so quick to think that man has malicious intent.
I get what you're saying.
You
like
get
I
where
said,
I'm coming
for me,
from?
I just never had that issue. Like, so I don't know how to relate to that. Like, sometimes I get on niggas and be like, yo, how the fuck you ain't see your kid? Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, that's just be my mind. Because there's never been a period, my daughter can't go to you, or her mother can't go, oh, that nigga didn't come get her, or that nigga didn't see her.
But you know what? Like.
And I used to hate, for me, I hate when niggas say, and maybe because, not just because of my daughter mother, but my experience with my father. My father never came around like that, or he was too busy working. There was never a time when I was too busy working. I was out all fucking night. I didn't get home till 6 in the morning. But I knew I had to be there 6:50 or 7:50 or whatever to pick up for school. Like, I gotta be there. And for me, it was like a trauma response. My dad wasn't there. I gotta be. I don't give a fuck what's happening. Yeah. Sydney ain't good because my dad, he never calls. He never called me. He didn't call as much.
So you didn't want her to feel how you felt?
I never want her to feel how I felt. So for me, I never put her in that situation where, like, I'm not reachable. Oh, she go, Daddy, I want my.
No, of course not.
I've never put her.
And you've seen, like, bro, with Avery, nigga, they lived in Far Rockaway. You see, before I had a car, I used to take Ubers.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't even a question. But that's because I realized it, you know, and I'll compare it to, like, growing up in the hood, right? The repetition of growing up in the hood and living the way that you live. And for me, like, when I got into my mid-20s, there was a switch that had to flip because I had to come to realize, yo, I cannot operate in the real world the same way that I did in the hood because I will not be able to thrive, right? Because we're so used to repetition. This is how I'm used to living. This is how, you know, even when when I transitioned into the film world, bro. You knew this. Like, we would go to networking events and I'd speak to nobody. And you used to be like, Mo, you got to break out of that. And it was because the way that I grew up, to walk into a room and to speak to someone you didn't know was a show of weakness. You understand? So being that that's what I was used to, I had to come to realize there's an adjustment that needs to be made. And it's the same thing when you're so used to not having to put effort for your child to be in your life, and then now the two lives are separated, and you have to bring these two separate lives as one.
No, I get it. But we got to go on because we didn't get it.
This is about to be a 2-hour show.
Fucking show. Guess last week, so yeah, I'm going to get you back for last week for not being here. Real quick.
By the way, quick clean sneaker wipes.
Real quick. This thing right here, man. Studies show, and this is what I was telling about Mo earlier, but studies show that people that make $100K plus, you know the little self-checkout machines in the, like Walmart, Target and all that? Well, those people
still more
than the people that make less.
You know why? Because they're aware they can get away with it. Nobody
you know what
looks
I'm
at
saying?
them.
So sometimes you might be high up, but it's like the rich. The rich steal more from the poor than the poor steal from the rich. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I also think it has to do with the fact that people who are affluent go through life feeling like nobody's watching them. And people who have less are treated in a way.
Niggas can just be like, yo, this shit too fucking much. I ain't paying for this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But
listen, you are aware that wealthy people are some of the biggest thieves.
Yeah, that's how they stay wealthy. You know what I mean? That's how they stay wealthy. I ain't gonna stay too long on that. Another thing, divorce lawyer basically was saying in his experience, people that have bigger weddings, bigger rings, bigger engagement parties, bigger bridal showers, usually are the first ones to get divorced.
I believe that.
And because
I don't think it's about love. I think
he said it's really, and he was talking towards the women. He said kind of narcissistic.
But it's not about love.
And it's
more about the show.
Being seen. It's about me.
Yeah.
And he said usually when you go to like the justice of peace, those relationships last longer or
of course
life-lasting marriages.
Because I think that those justice of the peace marriages are about nothing other than sharing a life and being together. I think those people who want those $1 million, 250, and I'm not saying all of them, but I think a lot of that is rooted in superficiality, bro.
And I think, yeah,
of course, especially in the last 10, 15 years of social media.
I think what happens is when you go spend $200,000, $100,000 on a wedding,
the debt that comes with it,
and the debt that come with it, now you arguing about finances because y'all probably didn't own your first home yet, or you probably getting your home and now you're in debt and you can't pay the bills. If you took that $100,000 and put it somewhere else, y'all won't be arguing about finances. Then y'all arguing about finances. Now she ain't giving you no coochie, he ain't giving you no dick. Now you got sex issues now. And there's just a snowball effect of issues that happen after that. So sometimes if you start off modest and grow together, instead of saying, yo, we're going to dump everything in the front to make everybody, come out and show love, and you show people on Instagram and show people, look at my ring and all that shit. If you grow modestly, why not in 5 more years you get a new ring? Because now y'all making more money and you upgrade the ring. And another 5 years you upgrade it again because your finances is worth that. Now you instead of being on your first home, you're on your second or third home. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think people think about the growth. They think about front loading everything and not think about what's gonna happen in the back end.
But I mean, for me, I think it's just all about unrealistic expectations. When you start a marriage, throwing a $500,000 wedding, what's the expectation that you set for that woman? That's like going on a first date and taking a woman to a restaurant where the bill is $1,500. What is she going? She's going to expect that to be the constant throughout that relationship. You understand? Women are used to patterns, bro.
All right, cool.
And once those patterns are thrown off.
I'm glad you said that, because that's a good segue, because I'm trying to get through these topics. Good segue to our next topic. So there's a man. He just came out with a new thing for men. Financial celibacy.
Celibacy, I believe.
So basically, he just saying, listen, before you go out, you know how the girls be like, yo, I'm just going to be celibate and I'm going to make him wait, 60, 90
I'm not
days.
having sex till marriage.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, this nigga saying, yo, you should do the same thing. You shouldn't spend no money on her for 60
Till
to
marriage.
90 days.
No, he was saying the same
said
way.
60 to 90 days.
No, but he also said the same way some women say that I'm celibate until marriage. You know, although I have 2 kids, I did it the wrong way. I'm now going to do it the right way. I'm not having sex till marriage. Is the same way that some men should say, well, I'm financially celibate.
Tom.
Oh shit! A fly punched Styles in the eye.
Contact. Okay, so now for me, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a problem with that. And I think women get a taste of their own medicine. You know what I'm saying? I seen this clip the other day. It was kind of funny. It was a guy at the table. He basically told this girl, he was like, yo, the bill came. And the nigga was like, yo, I think we should kind of split the bill because I don't want to give off the wrong intentions. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. Start me all over. I'm sorry. I'm fucked up, Mo. My eye. I'm saying bullshit. Start me all over. Go ahead. Count me in now. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so being financial celibate, I don't have a problem with that. I saw this clip the other day. This guy had a table with a girl, and the guy asked the girl, he said, yo, how much you make? She said, I make about 60,000. He said, well, that's not gonna be enough for me. I can't date you. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying like if a girl, like if you told a girl you make
same thing.
60,000, she'd be like, oh, that's not enough money for me. And if men start treating women the same way that women treat men, women wouldn't like it. So if a man told you like, yo, I'm not going on a date with you, I'm not paying for any dates until, you know, we figure out if we're gonna take this seriously or not, would you really still date him? Would you really still consider him to be your husband, or would you really still consider him to be a boyfriend or anything of the sorts?
Most of them wouldn't.
Probably wouldn't, right? If a nigga wouldn't do it.
There's a laundry list of requirements when it comes to women.
Most women want you to do. So, you know, but I would think if you want a woman to really see your worth, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
I don't even think it's about seeing your worth. I think that we live in a world where a lot of women settle for a man, you know what I'm saying, because of safety. That's all it is. A lot of women, when they get to that point where they're 35, 40 years old, and it's just like, you know what, this guy's been chasing me for the longest. He's not necessarily who I wanted, but I'm going to accept him because I don't want to be alone. You understand? And he can take care of me, or he can make sure I'm good. He can provide that safety and that security. You know, a lot of men are in marriages with women that aren't really even into them. And a lot of men are in marriages with women who are thinking about their ex. You know, something I saw, they said that most women have that guy that they always think about, and it's not the man that they're married to. So I think it takes away the incentive, right? Because I think when you want truth, you have to take the incentives away. So that financial celibacy, man, I think it ensures that you end up with a woman that's really into you.
Into you, who wants you for
who you are, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Since we're talking about financial celibacy, do you think, for a man, the more money that you make or the more money that you have defines you as a man for a woman, or even for yourself?
Okay, for myself, no. I think there's a lot of lames out there with money. There's a lot of men that are not principled. There's a lot of men that don't have integrity. I always say a good man with nothing will always be willing to do more for you than a fucked up man with everything, you know? But unfortunately, we do live in a world that women weigh the value of a man by what he looks like on paper. And I think that that's a huge part of the problem, because they don't focus so much on character as they do finances and assets. And I think that that's why a lot of times they set themselves up for failure.
No, I totally agree. You know, I was telling a friend of mine today, and I was just like, yo, it's so funny. I think a lot of women, they chase the relationship or they chase the marriage, right? Mm-hmm. And in chasing that, you might find a dude who wants to spend some money on you, right? And you go to yourself like, yo, he's spending money on me. I like him. Yo, I want to get married. And they say this thing like, I'm dating with
intentionally, yeah.
Or I'm dating for marriage. And a girl asked me this the other day. She said, what'd you date for? You date from intentions? You date to be married? And I said, yo, I don't really believe in that shit, right? For me. I said, the reason why I don't believe in it is because when I was dating for an intention, be intentional dating, every time I wound up dating somebody, my mindset went, oh, this could be the one. I never let it just happen naturally. And I said, I really want to find a woman like I found my best friend. It just got to just happen.
Bro, don't talk about me like that.
Shut
Bro.
the
I'm
fuck
not
up.
your best friend.
Whatever.
Stop.
Whatever.
Bro,
But
stop.
serious, I'm making a serious thing, though. Like, I don't want to be, because sometimes when you going, y'all want to get married, every girl you start going to yourself, or every guy you might go to yourself and go, oh, this could be the one. And everybody ain't supposed to be the one for you. Sometimes that person's just supposed to line you up to be with the one you're supposed to be with because you learn something in that relationship. And I said a lot of times we don't take because we want the marriage or the relationship, we don't take the time out to figure out who that person is. You don't take the time out to see a person, how their friendships are. Do this person really got perfect people they could depend on and friends they could depend on? Do they have family members? How does he talk to his mother? Are they friends? Or is his kids in his life or her kids in her life? How does she talk to her mother? Would he wipe my ass for me if I got sick? They don't take the time out to have those scope of things that you really supposed to see in a relationship. You know, I explained to my friend one time, I was like, yo, it's like all y'all want this new brand new house, right? Everybody wants a big, lovely house. But nobody think about the maintenance that has to come with the house. So now you got the house and you can't maintain it. Now the boiler goes out, the water heater go out, the roof is leaking. And now you're going, yo, I got to sell this shit. I don't want it no more. Because you only wanted the house. All you could see is the house. You didn't know the responsibility that came with it and what come with a house. And in a relationship with a woman and a man has to see what a woman has. And I ended here too. And I, you know, I heard this lady say this, and this is very fucking important. A lot of you women say this shit right here. When I become a wife, I'm going to do this. When I be your wife, I'm going to do this. And this lady said this thing the other day I heard. Who you are when you're single
I was
who
just
you
about to say that. As a wife.
when you're going to be a wife or a husband. So if you got a nigga who running around and he dumping dick and he fucking mad bitches and he married you, still going to be dumping dick and marry you. Because it has to be intentional on his part to
But
go, I'm chilling, right? If you got a chick who never cooked, never cleaned, she don't do anything, or she never watch you. Because a lot of times I feel like, even with me dating, a lot of women don't take the time out to watch me. I don't require much. So if you can't figure out the little nuances of me, fuck would I even marry you for? I could have a situationship with you and deal with you for a little while, but why would I want to marry you? You know what I'm saying? Because those same habits, you're not going to magically get up in the morning and go, you know something? I got a ring on my finger. I'm going to change today.
Yeah, that's not
That, you has to have those things in you as you're dating, as a person. And a lot of times we don't have that. Not we, but people don't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, for me, I think it goes back to exactly what you said, that woman said, where who you are when you're single is who you're going to be when you're married, right? I do believe in the dating intentionally, right? One thing I will say about myself that I believe, I'm a husband. Way before I'm ever married, that's just who I am. The way that I handle my woman, the way that I nurture my woman, the way that I protect my woman, my intentions, no matter what. And it doesn't just have to apply to a woman I'm dating. It applies to any woman that is in my presence.
Presence, yeah.
Right? So for me, the intention isn't about the meeting someone, I like them, oh, we're gonna get married. That's not the intention. To me, the intention is it a possibility for you? Because there are men that are dating women that, no, it's not a possibility that man will ever marry that woman, because marriage is not something that's even on his trajectory. You get where I'm coming from? So for me, the intention is about, is that a possibility? So,
You just said something key to me. And this is gonna sound fucked up for some of the ladies. I know y'all gonna be mad at me for this one. But even the ladies that I'm just sleeping with, or the ladies that I've slept with in my past, and the women that I'm dating, I'm not that much different.
no.
If I open doors, if I put you on my inside,
Because that's who you are.
If I go, yo, your kids need anything, if I'm paying for whatever I'm paying for, that's just who I am innately as a man, right? And y'all be like, oh, y'all giving the same treatment to the other bitch, the same. No, as a man, that's who I am. As a man, I only know how to be a man. So
I only know how to be me.
I only know how to be me. So whether I'm dating you, you could have been my sister. You could have been my aunt. You could be my mama. I'm going to be like, yo.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not going to extend myself to the level that I would for my woman, for you, but there's certain things that are just innate. Like, I'm gonna open doors, I'm gonna pull out chairs. That's just who I am. Like,
so, and I say that to you ladies too, because if a dude is an asshole, he gonna be an asshole. That's because he treat me differently. Now that treatment can come back to you at some point, cause that's innately who he is. You understand what I'm saying? One thing. Real quick, man, shout out to Hot 97. Well, not Hot 97. Shout out to Ebro in the morning show.
Ebro.
Shout out to Laura Styles, Rosenberg, Shawnee Culture, Cass One, Griff.
They had us on there twice, man. Appreciate y'all.
What's my man name? DJ John. It's gonna come right back to me. But shout out to everybody on the morning show, because. You know, Ebro showed us love a bunch of times, all the time.
Always.
Even with Money and Violence, but if I was doing something with Major Hype, if I was doing something with 40-Day Reset, if I was doing, whatever I was doing, you know, he extended the love and the arms and said, come up on the show, and we got to talk about it. So it's end of an era at Hot 97 with Ebro in the morning and the whole staff up there. They're going to be continue doing some new and better things. I hope they're not going nowhere. So, you know what I mean? But shout out to all of them up there, man. I did take the time out to reach out to everybody on the staff and just give them my well wishes. But, you know, I want to say here again, shout out to you guys, man. And thank you for what y'all did for New York City. Thank you for all the shit y'all put us on about and made us aware about. And whether I agree with some of your opinions or didn't, I enjoyed the show. So, yeah, man, shout out to the morning show. Some people said it was too political and it was getting... You know, I like a morning show that has depth that I can...
Of course. I mean, as we get older, their audience is growing, man. So, you know, they have to have a more mature conversation.
Yeah, so shout out to the whole morning show, to Ebro in the morning show and everybody up there, man. Thank you once again. Another conversation, one thing I want to bring up. So I saw this conversation with... Earn Your Leisure and Jim Jones. Jim Jones got a podcast. He had the fellas from Earn Your Leisure on there, and they was having a conversation that is, should hip hop be more responsible? I guess in these days. And Jim Jones is kind of paraphrasing. He was saying, Sexy Red to him is a hero, and they posed to him like, "Yo, listen, I hear you, but there's supposed to be more, you know, more depth to what these artists are doing instead of just saying shake my ass, sell drugs, take lean, take pills, shoot this, shoot that." You know what I mean? Or is hip hop supposed to be responsible? And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. For a long time, for me, I never really felt like it was hip hop supposed to raise the kids, right? But like I said, as I get older, some of my opinions change. So I don't look at hip hop for a long time different than I looked at Arnold Schwarzenegger movies or looked at, you know, the bunch of X-Men shit that I like, or, you know, Scarface, even though I think Scarface is one of the biggest influential movies in the black community. You know what I mean? New Jack City, you know what I mean? So, but I do feel like there is a responsibility, and especially when it comes to the drug portion of shit in these young ladies. You know, I was talking to a kid a couple weeks ago, and he was just like, "Yo, yeah, I'm popping a perk," and he was just talking about...
See how much New York has changed.
Talking about Future, right? And yeah, Future, this nigga pop perks, and I'm like, damn, you really want to pop perk because you see the rapper nigga doing it, or you really want the cup in your hand because you see the rapper nigga doing it? And I get it, a little bit, because it's not that much shit we could strive for sometimes, or we don't strive for. And I know a lot of kids go to sports, and the next big thing for a nigga to feel like he can make it big is music, right? So,
and guess what? And because of us, now it's movies.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So for me, I do feel like hip hop has a responsibility. I do feel like there is fun, but I also feel like there's a fun part. But I also feel like there is, you know, you could go shake your ass and do all that shit, but there has to be some type of responsibility in that. And I think the problem is artists, young artists can probably do that. As you get older, Jim Jones age, Future, as you get older, it's certain shit that you can't keep continuously talking about because you just want to be popular amongst the youth. At some point, we got to go, I don't even live like that. But maybe some of these niggas still, like you said, the 40-year-old nigga that still live the way they live. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like there is a responsibility as we get older. Because when I'm young, we're going to do young shit.
Yeah, but
But as I'm older, I just can't go. And as I grow, you know, and last thing I'm going to say, Jay-Z 4-4 album was one of the dopest albums for me from Jay because it
Jay's
showed
music has always shown his growth.
it showed his growth, right?
Yeah.
He still talked that fly shit.
But whenever he talked that fly drug shit, he talks it in the past tense of him reminiscing.
Missing. And you know, and he shows how far he came. So there is a responsibility in us. Yes, we want to party and have fun, and yeah, people want to shake their ass. But I think as you grow as an artist, your music should grow as an artist. You shouldn't be still talking about the same shit that you was talking about 5-10 years ago when you came out.
But I'm gonna say this though, man. I don't think you have to look any further than New York culture, right? And to see how New York culture has changed over the last 30 years, to see the influence of hip hop, bro. Like, you know, there was a time when anything more than marijuana, you were looked at like you were crazy.
Like you was on crack.
Right? Like you were on crack, like you were a crackhead. And we've gone from that to now teenagers in New York are drinking lean, are popping pills, popping perks, doing dope,
Fentanyl,
sniffing coke, fentanyl.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's a reflection of the music, right? Now, I totally agree. Hip hop is an art form, right? But as a people, when we come to realize that hip hop is our strongest tool because it is the most influential thing that we have, at what point do we say, yo, we have to begin to utilize this tool for our betterment rather than our destruction? And I don't even think that there's anything wrong with, okay, yes, if some people want to do gang music, if some people want to do whore culture music, it is what it is. But I think the problem is that the powers that be only push that type of music to the mainstream. There's no balance, right? When we were coming up, there was Public Enemy, there was Queen Latifah, there was NWA. At least we had a balance, right? We didn't have to listen to the, I mean, you remember when we used to wear those African medallions? Like that was cool. You understand? Because of Jungle Brothers and Public Enemy, you understand? So I just think that there's no balance. At the end of the day,
they're black.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just the criminality. It's just the drug dealer talk. It's just the whole culture that's being pushed to the kids. And there's no break from it.
There's no break from it. It's consistent. And, you know, people might argue, oh, yeah, but the kids, that's what they like and that's what they want. I just think.
The kids don't know what they want, bro. And like I always say, the stage is big enough for everybody. And one thing I've realized, and I'll use Kanye West, Jesus Walks, as an example. That was a gospel rap song.
Not only that.
No, but I'm just,
right.
the people don't know what they want until you give it to them.
You're right, though. And I'm not saying that, you know, Drake never talked gangster shit.
No.
Right? He don't talk gangster shit. He talk his party and bullshit shit. And I just think, and Kendrick,
I was just about to say.
Kendrick don't talk gangster shit neither, right?
So the people don't know what they want until you give it to them.
There's artists out there, and Big Sean, there's a bunch of artists I can name that don't talk gangster shit, real horror culture shit. They may say little things about chicks in here and there, but that's not the, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of artists that's out there that don't talk that shit. And I don't understand how come those things are not pushed more and more. Wale, he's not that type of rapper, you know what I'm saying? So there are rappers out there, but it's not a balance of it, and we need more to bring this to a balance. And one of the biggest things you said, point that you brought up was, you know, hip-hop is one of our biggest influences.
Yeah, biggest tools.
It not only a big influence, it bridges the gap between cultures, right? That's how powerful it is. This shit bridge the gap between us, Africa, us, China, us, and Japan. It bridges the gap. It brings us together. You go to Japan right now, you got dudes pop blocking that's Asian better than dudes over here. You know what I'm saying? You go to Africa, you see Afro beats and, you know what I mean? And you see, you know, dance hall culture that music brings us together, and we have such a powerful tool that can kind of override everything. It sells shit. We wait for Super Bowl to see who's gonna be on the Super Bowl. Some of the biggest hip hop artists, R&B artists are on the Super Bowl. It sells dishwashing liquid, car parts. You know, it's dog food. You know what I'm saying? You see it everywhere, and we just need to start using it more in a positive light and start talking about other shit. I love what you young men are doing now with the what they call that, the quarter,
the quarter zips.
The quarter zips. Talk about the shit. Put it more out there, because we need more positive influences. If you got a sexy red, we gotta have a Lauryn Hill. We need more Lauryn Hills, right? If you got a little Kim, you gotta have a Missy. You know what I'm saying to you? If you you gotta have that. We need the balance back, bro, because the scales are unbalanced and our kids are unbalanced. So kids, it's cool to be cool, but it's also cool to be cool in a positive way. You don't gotta. That gun talk shit. Me personally. I get my car. Suave driving.
Listen to that 24 hours tape, bro.
I don't even.
And I can't even listen to that in the morning.
My nigga, I'm an R&B nigga. So 90% of my music, 90% of my music is R&B. Maybe 5% is gospel, and another 5%, maybe even 3% is rap. Because I can't take the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't.
And I'm gonna just say one last thing. You know, we always talking about fighting against the agenda, fighting against the establishment, fighting against the powers that be. I wish y'all would just grasp that the first step is changing our music. I'm telling you, man, y'all have no idea how much of a change it would do to our youth, because music is frequency, man. You know, how many times have you walked into a club or been into a party, some Mob Deep or something comes on and it just makes you want to fight, bro? It just makes you want to set it on somebody.
I never see
that's never happened to you?
No, that shit don't make me.
Yo, so bro, you've never had a song, listen, and I'm not saying that you act on it. You've never had a song that just makes you hype?
That just makes me hype.
That just,
I never want to stole on a nigga, though.
Nah, bro, I've had songs that have made me want to stole on a nigga. Bro, and I'm telling you, music carries a frequency. It carries a frequency, and we totally underestimate the damn, I forgot the word. But anyway, we totally underestimate the power of this strong tool that we have and how we're using it the wrong way, man. So the first step to fighting the establishment and fighting the power is tweaking our music, man. And with that said,
Brooklyn, we out.
We out, because Dre wants to go home.